Time running.
Let me get my cough drop.
I think this is 140. COVID Chronicles, edition 140. Remember previously in either on camera or interpersonal communication without a camera, I talked about proof that democracy doesn't exist in Canada. In that proof being that if 80% of the population wants the rich to pay more taxes and the rich doesn't pay more in taxes, then clearly democracy doesn't exist. Similar one about COVID. I'm not sure how this works exactly, but all of us want to be able to roam freely.
Roam free. Free range.
But the government adopted a strategy that didn't enable the virus to be shut down and contained. So I'm thinking that kind of proves that democracy doesn't exist again. Because all of us would have liked the situation today to be one where COVID got locked down and contained, and we knew where it was hiding, and we knew in the area where it was hiding was the place you had to be locked down, and all the rest of us would be like, okay, well, there's none here, so we don't have to be locked down. So I'm thinking in February, we should have locked down hard, closed the borders, maybe gone 3 weeks, and waited to see where the infections were. And those places where the infections were would stay locked down until everything was clear. Meanwhile, the rest of the places that weren't infected could carry on. And if something showed up, then boom, you get locked down. That would give people an incentive to behave, an incentive to do the right thing, because that way you got to avoid being locked down.
Yeah.
But that's not how it went.
Really tired of it. I can understand why people are going batshit crazy now. But you're right. If we'd just been smart at the beginning. And I'm really upset that I kind of had it in my head in March or April or May when they knew sort of what the prediction was going to be. There would be this second wave in end of October, November. But we're not even at the second wave now. And we're still fucked up. We are in the beginning of October. No handle on it again. In August, there were 0 cases in Ottawa for about a week. Now there's like 141.
And I think that's because there's no benefit to having a handle on it. You can't behave really well and get a benefit.
I can.
No, but the community as a whole, there's no... If people keep behaving well, they say, okay, you can do this and you can do that. And as soon as we detect a thing, boom, you're locked down. That, I don't know. Some mechanism there, I think, was missing. Contact trace and then take the person who did something inappropriate and have them be put in the gallows and you throw rotten fruit at them. That might have helped. That's the consequence side of life is like we'd like to be a kinder, gentler people, but in the end, people really only, the majority of people, like really only react to a consequence that's right then and there.
A negative immediate consequence.
Yeah. And it's the lack of that, you know.
I have to study New Zealand a little more because
the lack of a positive consequence.
Right. New Zealand wasn't hard hit, I don't think, but now they have everything under control much.
I think they went into harsh lockdown though, didn't they? Yeah.
Now it's so been so well done that they had a tiny little outbreak of a few people, and they traced them.
And they kicked them all out.
They executed them. No. And now schools are open. Everything's open.
Because they got a grip on it. Yep. Yeah, I think if it was kind of like, we know where all the trouble spots are, those places are locked down, and when it disappears from there, you guys can go back to normal. And then as soon as it pops up somewhere, they do contact tracing and lock that area down. It's like, oh, Ottawa, you're locked down. Why? Because of Marvin Hanks over there. He's infected.
Went to a wedding.
And he went to a wedding, and he gave it to all the other people waiting to see what's happening. Marvin, it's on you. We're locked down again. Of course, maybe, just figure out where all those people live and lock down around those people.
I I know where the hot spots are in Ontario. It's Toronto, it's Peel, which is part of Toronto, and it's Ottawa.
Oh, don't say that. Those people in Peel don't like to be called
Oh,
Toronto.
whatever. Fucking Peelites. Peel off.
Brampton, Mississauga.
Okay. So we know these 3 hot spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, our public health officer in Ottawa says last weekend, everybody should just stay home this weekend. But the schools are still open. Daycares are still open.
Mm-hmm.
But we're staying home. How the hell does that...
I attribute that to the same conciliatory approach that got us into the whole big mess. And that's like, well, we can't do what we really should do because that'll upset some people. Well, yeah? Well, how about all of us who are upset? I think upsetting a small group of people would be better than upsetting all the people. Why are you picking on us? Because you guys got the COVID. That seems to make sense.
Charlotte out loud.
She really likes to party.
I miss Charlotte. I miss Jack. I miss Lenny. There's this little new baby who now probably sits up on her own.
Probably already talking.
And I've only held her like 3 times since June. Probably already talking.
Mm-hmm. Goo goo gaga.
All right, let's see where the timer is.
You forgot to set it.
1:14.
Oh, okay.
Could do your wrap up.
You could do the wrap up.
This weekend is Thanksgiving. Sweet fuck all is happening this weekend. Because...
Is that like sweet potatoes?
Yep, we're all in lockdown. So my sisters and I are asking each other, what are you planning for Thanksgiving? What are you going to cook? But none of us are going to be together. I have been buying a lot of china, as Alan knows.
China?
Because next, like fine china cups,
yes.
teacups and stuff. Next
I
summer...
thought you stopped doing that. Didn't I cut your credit card in half?
Next summer, it's going to be the mother of all high tea parties with Charlotte, 'cause she'll be big enough. The Fletcher girls, those are my grandnieces. And the ladies in our circle. No men.
Good.
You were there last time.
Didn't want to be there.
You did too! You jumped right in! What? Fancy sandwiches? Cucumber salad? Woo! You were right there. Your teacup and your little finger up.
I don't think so.
You were?
Show me pictures.
Anyway, next summer, it's going to happen. Bye, everyone. Keep your pinkies up.